We did take a meeting with the district attorney today. It's a sombering process. It's a somber process, I should say. It's not what it appears to be. It's not a competition. It's not fun and games for us. This is something that's very important for this family, and that is securing a conviction for the murder of their son. And towards that end, we discussed the amount of evidence that would be provided to our team, the amount of communication and updates that would be provided to the family, what will be expected of the family in the process of getting to preparing for all the various levels of the prosecution. We are convinced that the district attorney is committed to securing a conviction in this case, committed to justice. However, it's so rare in these circumstances. It's very difficult, as you all know, in the United States, let alone in the great state of Texas, to even see a police officer charged, let alone convicted. And we plan to see it through until the end. And so to that end, we're not going to accept half measures. We're not going to accept excuses or politicking. But we want to see a genuine effort with all resources available to prosecute not only the officer that has been named, Roy Oliver, but every officer that was involved in wrongdoing, in the cover-up, in the harassment of Jordan Edwards' brothers, and injustice on that evening.
I left with questions. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Our community has been traumatized over and over and over throughout this entire country, where we think that we're finally getting somewhere, we get our hopes up, and then it all falls apart. And so I do believe that DA Johnson is committed to getting a conviction. I just don't know that I'm so convinced that the path to that conviction, I don't know if we see eye to eye on how we're going to get there. I do believe she wants to get there. I'm just still nervous. You know, I got the call about the fact that the warrant was put out, and I cried immediately. And I cried because it was almost surreal. And the thing is, I can't have at the end of this tears running down my face because I'm disappointed again. So I don't feel like I left with the types of assurances that I wanted to leave with. For instance, I don't understand why Oliver was not also charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There were other kids in that car. An aggravated assault deadly weapon charge is easier to make than a murder charge any day of the week. So I'm not super convinced, because let me tell you, if it was some black person or just any regular person on the street that had committed this offense, they would have had a murder charge, and they would have had aggravated assault, deadly weapon charges for the other people in the car. So it's these kinds of things. While I do believe that she does want a conviction, my deal is I'm going to pile you up. I've seen it happen plenty of times, and there's enough evidence for that. So I'm still nervous.